Russian bounties.
There is no consensus within the intelligence community on these allegations, and in effect, there are dissenting opinions from some in the intelligence community with regards to the veracity of what's being reported.
McEnany saying the president is briefed on verified intelligence. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-460-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again, 1-800-460-1663.
Former police officer Joseph James D'Angelo has admitted to being the Golden State Killer in a trial in Sacramento. He pleaded guilty on Monday to 13 counts of murder with additional special circumstances, as well as 13 counts of kidnapping for robbery in 6 counties. Judge Michael G. Bowman asked D'Angelo if he understands the terms of the plea deal.
Do you understand the consequences of this plea as I've explained it so far, sir?
The judge also saying that D'Angelo will be sentenced at a hearing on a future date. Only about 39% of Americans say they always practice social distancing. That's according to a new Gallup poll, and that number is only up about 3%, reflecting a plateau in the number of people who continue to follow CDC safety guidelines. The survey also shows 48% of respondents think the COVID-19 outbreak is getting worse, the highest rating since the start of the pandemic. And you're listening to USA Radio News.
Working from home? I'm Chad Dodd, veterinarian and consultant to Limp Bells. Here are some tips for keeping your dog fit while staying at home. Find 15 minutes twice a day and walk your pet at a decent pace around your place. Play hide and seek by hiding some kibble or favorite toys and letting your dog find them. If you have stairs and your dog is mobile, walk up and down twice a day for 5 to 10 minutes. Or better yet, try a power walk on your terrace or backyard for some fresh air. There are more helpful pet care tips at youmove.com, spelled YOUMove.com.
Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany says the White House is encouraged that coronavirus fatalities are coming down. During a briefing on Monday, McEnany also says there are coronavirus embers that need to be put out across the United States. One of the states that's seeing a notable surge in positive cases is Texas. Republican Congressman from Texas, Dan Crenshaw, joins Fox News and says people need to do their part.
We're definitely concerned. We're always going to tell people to keep taking precautions, wear your mask when you're in confined spaces with other people, always wash your hands, and social distance to the extent that you can. But we don't need to go back to full-on universal lockdowns either. You know, it's important to note something about comparing things in Texas. If you asked average Americans right now, based on media coverage, who do you think's doing better? Germany or Texas? Overwhelmingly, everybody would say Germany. They're highlighted as this great success story in the COVID narrative. The reality is Texas still has a lower death rate than Germany. In New York, they have 20 times the death rate that Texas does. California has twice the death rate that Texas does. There was also some falsehoods put out about our ICU space, especially in the Houston area. We can surge up to a couple thousand more ICU spaces just in the Houston area. And our hospital administrators came out and said, listen, this is not eclipsing our capabilities.
For more news, you can always check us out online at usaradio.com. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
The following is an America Matters Media production. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the station or its advertisers, although we think they should. But that's the opinion of America Matters Media.
Welcome to this evening's episode of Rush Hour. I am your host, Kelly Rush, and we are a production of America Matters Media, the home of quality conversation. You can check us out on the web at americamatters.us. That's americamatters.us. We are also on Facebook at facebook.com/Reno Rush Hour. That is also my Twitter handle, so you can follow me there, like me on Facebook, and you can call us. This is an interactive program. We would love to have you join us this evening, 844-790-TALK. That's 844-790-8255. And that is a toll-free number, so we will pick up the tab from anywhere on the planet. You can text us if you're a little shy and don't want to hear your voice on the radio for some reason, 775-237-2266, or just drop us a line in the Facebook comments box on the watch party as soon as I get that kicked off. And I've got a couple of special guests with me today. I've got Michelle Perry Roberts with me across the way from me, beautiful friend of mine, and she has a bunch of different businesses she is involved with, but I will mention the one that we are in together. That is Youtrition, and I love that, nutrition and practrition. We're going to talk a little bit about that this evening. And across the way on the other side, I've got Cameron Hawkins from gosh, that's a couple. He's got a couple businesses as well. Great Basin Highway Magazine, GreatBasin.com, and Great Basin Highway Radio Show today from 1 to 2 p.m. on Mondays here at America Matters Media.
So the website is GreatBasinHighway.com for Great Basin Highway Magazine and Great Basin Radio Show.
That's right. And also Hawkins for Nevada. That's your foundation as well as your campaign for Lieutenant Governor in 2022.
Yeah, that's my promotional company for my campaign. VoteForHawkins.com is the
there you go.
Is the primary for voting because I'm running for Lieutenant Governor.
There you go. So yeah, we've got a full house today. This is going to be a lot of fun. And so thanks everybody and welcome.
Thank you, Kel.
Appreciate you joining me. And Michelle, how are you doing?
I'm good. Been busy.
Yeah? What have you been up to?
Selling DNA nutrition.
Yes.
Been talking to a lot of doctors.
Cool. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hitting the road with you on that. I just got certified. I'm a certified nutritionist now, and I'm really excited about that.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, practrition is really, really exciting.
It is.
It is a program where anyone involved in the health and wellness industry, physicians,
homeopathics, massage
therapists,
Reiki masters, acupuncturists,
reflexologists,
PTs,
trainers, personal trainers, chiropractors, anyone, estheticians, stylists, anyone involved in the health and wellness industry can private label brand this incredible stuff that that Michelle and I take, actually, personally as well. This Youtrition, it's called Youtrition. Euphoria Science has this DNA nutrition that is personal to you. These supplements that you take a swab and you get your DNA analyzed, and it's amazing. You explain it. You do it better than I do.
The best thing is you take a swab, you send you pay the lab fee and you get a report, a wellness action report. You find out all the supplements you're supposed to take that your body needs to address the genetic weaknesses that we all have.
That's amazing.
We all have them in our lives. We have mine biggest ones was heart disease was in my family, Parkinson's disease. So those genetic markers, when you can change, I have 4 chronic diseases and I've been able to put them in remission where my doctors are like, what the hell are you doing? This stuff is really working. And you can't do it from a blood report. This is based on your DNA because your DNA does not change.
Right.
But you can address it. Nutrition can heal. And I tried to heal like years ago.
Oh gosh, yeah.
The biggest part was, and I think you have too, we've tried everything. This is the first time I've had something in my body where I am sleeping better, I am doing so much better. I have no symptoms whatsoever with MS, except for cognitive. I have short-term memory, which they can't fix. Even though
it's not a miracle. I mean, it's not,
we can't say we can cure, mitigate, or prevent diseases.
Certainly.
But one of the things that we can say is nutrition can heal. The proper nutrition, and
Well, nutrition does heal.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, that's where we come from.
We're sort of organic.
Right. There you go.
That might be surprising for some.
Right. I mean, the word organic has gotten bastardized so badly by, the commercial industry, the grocery industry and all this. Organic simply means natural.
Correct.
And it's gotten bastardized by, like I said, the commercial industry for sales purposes so that they can charge more for the crap we eat. And it's, the FDA and all the government alphabet industries have just created this, all this stuff that all these farms and all these places that make our food now have to just pay them for to charge us more for our food.
Yeah.
That's all that means. That's all organic means, folks. And it's a bunch of crap, really.
In marketing today.
It's marketing. That's
what
it.
it means.
Thank
but
you.
organic, we all are organic. The only problem is we're putting in food that is not organic, and
Correct.
it really
Right.
shouldn't be associated with us.
and it's some of the food we eat is causing all these diseases.
Right. And
It's causing inflammation, where disease comes from.
the processing and the breaking down of the stuff we eat and adding the additives and like I said, the processing and
transit fats.
Mm-hmm.
And also everything's based on consumption. I mean, look at sugar. Sugar was never even allowed into anybody's life unless they were a royal. Because it costs so much to make.
Sure, and
then it became so cheap.
Well, even taking the natural cane and processing it down into the crystallization, changing that molecule makes turns it into a form of poison.
I remember my grandfather and my grandmother used to give us canes as kids.
Yeah, well, we've got to go to our first break. We'll be back for the second segment of today's Rush Hour after these messages.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Patterson. I'm the founder and owner of Nevada Advanced Pain Specialists. At Nevada Advanced Pain Specialists, we take a comprehensive approach to treating patients with chronic pain in the greater Reno, Tahoe area. We believe in the biopsychosocial model. This means we use multiple disciplines such as massage therapy, physical therapy, behavioral health, and medical treatments to treat your chronic pain. A plan of care is tailor-made for each individual patient. We always recommend conservative care first, but offer minimally invasive treatments when necessary. We are your one-stop shop. If it hurts, we can help. We pride ourselves in providing passionate care and making you feel welcome and understood. We are located in Reno and in Sparks, so give us a call to schedule a new patient consult at 284-8650. Again, that's 284-8650. Or visit our website at nvadvancedpain.com. We hope you choose Nevada Advanced Pain Specialists to be your center for injury rehabilitation. nvadvancedpain.com, 284-8650.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. I help people solve difficult and trying personal problems every day on my TV show, but there's one problem that's just got me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. That's 1 in 5 kids who may not know where their next meal is coming from, despite the fact that there's more than enough healthy, nutritious food out there to feed them all. Now, I don't know about you, but that is unacceptable to me. Luckily, the Feeding America network of good people is out there collecting surplus food and giving hope to hungry children and their families at local food banks all across the country. But let's face it, they can't do it without your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
I spend a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain, sleet, and mud. In '95, I helped tow your moving trailer. In '05, I helped you get out of a ditch. Yeah, I know I'm a bit rusty, and sadly in '09, it was sparks from me, your handy chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.
Sparks from dragging chains can start a wildfire. Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station. The power of radio since 1967.
Are you shy and don't want to talk on the air? Text us your questions or comments to 775-237-2266. Now back to the show.
And welcome back to the second segment of today's Rush Hour. I am your host, Kelly Rush, and I have got Michelle Perry Roberts with me and Cameron Hawkins. We are talking about all kinds of stuff today. Right now, we are talking about euphoria, science, and nutrition, which is really, really amazing stuff. It is the only thing like it out there.
It is.
And it's the future. It's absolutely the future, which is amazing because it comes from the ancient, past. I mean, it's where we come from. It's what we are, and it's based on our DNA, and it is the building blocks of who we are, and it rebuilds your health. It
addresses the genetic weaknesses. We all have them in our families.
Mm-hmm.
We all die of something. And if we can address some of the things, my biggest thing was heart disease and Parkinson's that ran in my family. Well, I ended up with MS and three other chronic diseases. But it was, now that I've been able to address nutrition-wise to my health, how much I've improved. And that's the hugest thing. So, Kelly, how have you been on it now for like a month?
Not quite a month. I'm
Okay.
about to get my second shipment. It's
Okay.
about to
And by the way, I love this. This is brand new to me. This is something I never heard of before. And neither one of you probably know I'm a Reiki master 4 times.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
Reiki
a
master
little
back in the 1970s, 80s, 90s, and now in 2020. So I believe in energy. And I believe in nutrition.
Yeah, and I'm a level 3 Reiki master, and so this is really.
I'm a level 1.
Yeah, this was right up my alley immediately, and so, just really, really interested me because of all that's wrong with me.
Yeah.
And it was my birthday present to myself. I joined on May 9th, and haven't never looked back. And I'm just, like I said, I'm in my first month, so I am kind of in the detox phase at this point. And so I'm learning about it and just kind of going through the process now. And
Are you sleeping better?
I am.
Okay.
I am. I'm just like I said, I'm kind of seeing kind of the effects, and
because your body really well.
Yeah. And but I'm also I've had some other stuff going on this month, and so I'm just kind of readjusting to a lot of things at the moment. But I'm really looking forward to next month, and just I'm just excited about the whole thing as I learn all about it. There's a lot to learn and a lot to as I learn about myself and my body's history through just the I'm fascinated by genetics.
Oh, I know you are. And the thing that was interesting when you got your report, you only had 1 red.
Right.
That blew my mind with all your ailments.
Go ahead and explain what that means.
Well, red meant that you inherited.
People don't know what this means.
Oh, yes. Red, you get red, yellow, and green in the 19 SNPs that we study. Red means you inherited it from both parents. Yellow, you inherited that genetic factor from one parent. And green, you didn't inherit it from anybody. I had 4 reds. I think 7 yellows and the rest were green. So it's interesting when you look at your report, it tells you exactly what SNP and what vitamins you need specifically for your body. And so every month the delivery comes to you.
So then what's a SNP?
It is the single, I can't remember.
nucleotide.
Single nucleotide polymorphosis.
Okay.
That's why
I'll
we
look it up
say
in a second.
SNP.
Okay. So the concept is that when they're doing the research, that's what they're looking at. is
Correct.
To find where things have come from.
Correct.
Now, what if there's nothing wrong with you? What if there is nothing generically? It tells you that too.
Yeah, it tells you that too.
So if you're all green,
I have a
means you
friend that
nothing,
was
right.
I have a friend that was pretty much all green.
So, but they still need nutrition.
Yep.
That's the key.
Mhm. Well, I mean, it green just means that you didn't inherit
that
genetic trait from either parent. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have issues.
Right. So somehow they diagnose your issues.
It just tells you what your
Family history was.
what your familial
Okay.
history
That
and
you could
where
be
where
you could be related to
which
that.
side of which parent.
So you're right. It's completely different than the blood. When the
Oh,
blood,
gosh.
when the
Correct.
blood testings came out, that was a long time ago. Because I'm A negative blood type, and for me, I traditionally only eat things that are related to A negative blood type. And I'm also a true blonde, and so there's less than 2% of the blondes left in the world, and there's less than 1% of A negative people left in the world. So even before I went in the Navy, I was madly in love with a young gal, and we were going to have kids and everything, but we couldn't at the time because we both were A negative, and back then they didn't have the medical advances they have today, so we actually could never have children. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing that's really interesting about this company, we've come out with DNA meal plans,
Oh, wow.
DNA customized fitness plans, DNA customized skincare now. So we've taken the whole body from the inside out.
That's great.
Which is huge.
That's great.
And the coolest thing about it is that when they broke open with the whole genome project, when they cracked the code, they found what are called telomeres, and telomeres are the the little plastic things on the end of your shoelaces.
Mm-hmm.
Those are called aglets. That's the technical term for those. Telomeres are the aglets on the end of your DNA strand. And
If
when
those aren't, if I remember correctly, if those aren't there, you unravel, right?
Right. When they prevent when they fray, when they
that's what it was.
When they come, they prevent fraying, and when they start to unravel and when they break down, that causes aging and then eventually death. When they cracked the genome code, we found out that if you can prevent that, you can slow aging. And we thought, okay, well, can we, what can we do to slow that down? Can we stop it? Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can we rebuild it? Yes.
Wow.
This stuff
helps fortify that.
Yes, it does. And what these supplements, there are 400 million different combinations in our Euphoria manufacturing process that individualize for you, that with all the different combinations of ingredients based on your profile and your DNA when you take the swab, because we have access. Back in the day, when we ate naturally and we were healthy 40 some years ago, before mom had to go to work and we started eating out of boxes and eating this processed crap and eating out of restaurants and all this, we ate good food and
High nutrition.
And but we had apples and oranges and carrots and broccoli and stuff like that. Well, now we have acai and beetroot and exotic, really, we've discovered stuff that we didn't even know existed back then. So we can get really granular with these really high level.
Mind if I take a chance at explaining all this?
No, go for it.
Okay, it sounds like to me, and Michelle, you're going to chime in on this?
Yep.
You're going to kick me under the table or something? Okay. The way I look at this, the way it sounds like, is, say you're an aromatherapist, or say you're a massage therapist. You're some type of profession that's been caring about other people. And nutrition, you don't become a nutritionist. You actually become what's the phrase you use?
Nutritionist.
Nutritionist. So you become a nutritionist, and then you can also put this product in your own branding. So therefore you can actually grow your own company, and you can actually assist people in diagnosing through their DNA testing, through the company, in a line with the company, so these people can have their own customized nutrition.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
did I miss something?
No. You take a swab, and it gets sent in to a CLIA HIPAA compliant, CLIA certified,
CAPA certified.
I mean, this is it does not get any, safer or more high level than this lab. Your DNA, your profile gets,
destroyed
sent
in 30 days.
Randomized.
You become a barcode.
Your information gets randomized and then destroyed, so that there's no connection to you anymore. So it's nobody's going to find out who you are or anything. You can't get traced. And then the profile is made, and then
the recommendations come.
The supplement, your very own bottle of supplement based on your DNA profile and ingredients are made. When we go to the break, I'll go out and get
that makes a lot of sense.
my report and show you.
That makes a lot of sense, because they have a basis line, a foundation line that they can grow on to actually allow them to come up with this end result.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
People take that, and it's more natural to them, because think of all the decades of people trying to work on people's body because of their body type.
Oh, absolutely.
Which didn't make any sense.
We've got to go to a break. We'll be back for the second half of today's Rush Hour after these messages. Please stay tuned.
1 in 3 adults in America have pre-diabetes, but most don't know it. To let people know it can be reversed before it becomes type 2 diabetes, professional basketball player Julius Randle is doing everything in reverse.
I'm only dunking with reverse windmills. I drove the whole way to practice in reverse. I don't recommend it. This move's called the reverse shuffle. I do recommend it. And it took me months to learn how to speak in reverse, like this. Years 10 almost for diabetes type 2 with living Ben has mama. In other words, my mom has been living with type 2 diabetes for almost 10 years. So together, we want to say to the 84 million Americans at risk, exercise and healthy eating can help reverse prediabetes. Start by taking a simple 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Bet he can't say that in reverse.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay. Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, please, have a seat. So here's the thing. When this company brought you on, we took a chance on you. You didn't have that 4-year college degree we typically look for.
Right.
But we gave you a shot anyway. And since then, you've worked incredibly hard and given it your all.
Thanks.
You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an intern here anymore. We want to hire you.
You're serious?
Absolutely.
Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the Grads of Life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
I won't let you down.
I know.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station. The power of radio since 1967.
Want to expand your advertising dollar? Sponsor this or any America Matters program by calling 775-827-8900, extension 2. Now back to the show.
And welcome back to the second half of today's Rush Hour. I am your host, Kelly Rush, and as I said at the top of the show, we are a production of America Matters Media, and this is an interactive program. We would love to have you join us if you have any questions or comments about what we're talking about today. 844-790-TALK. That's 844-790-8255 from anywhere in the world. Or you can text us 775-237-2266 or drop a line in the Facebook comments party Facebook watch party comments box. I will get that right one of these damn days. And
you're so excited about what you're talking about.
I am. I really am.
She's so happy. You guys probably can't see it, but she's smiling big time.
We've got Dan Kim and Bob Hastings, Mark Brown, Shari Floyd, Dale Panay. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for jumping in. And I have been joined here in the studio with Michelle Perry Roberts and Cameron Hawkins. Thanks, guys.
Hello.
And we are talking about euphoria science and nutrition, which is something I am so excited about. DNA-based nutrition. And it doesn't get any better than that. I don't know about you guys. I used to take bottles and bottles and bottles of this and that supplement and vitamin and mineral, and it was hit or miss. It was all kinds of...
I agree with you.
I don't know how much... I used to go to the GNC and buy just bottles and bottles and big fat horse pills and
Well, because you go to the doctor, he tells you, "I want you on this," so you go.
No, I didn't.
She was doing her own research. She was doing her own research.
Yeah, this was.
That's why it was a horse-sized pill. She's like, I don't want that.
Yeah, no, this was not doctor recommended anything. This was my own, based on my own research and just trying to kind of figure out on my own. And I got sick of taking 72 different pills and wondering if it worked or not, and I sort of felt better, and then I didn't after a while, and it was really expensive, and I got sick of going to the store, and I just gave up, and so
You're my ideal client.
Yeah, and then I got really sick and started dying and having all these surgeries, and got diagnosed with 5 different kinds of arthritis and fibromyalgia and scoliosis and blah 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 blah, and just no.
But you've never been your diagnosis. You're like me. Mm-hmm. I have never defined
my
diagnosis.
Oh, absolutely no. Yeah. And so when you talked to me about this, and then I saw the presentation, and then really looked into it, and I've been looking into genetics forever, and I've known about the telomeres and all of that. I went, oh yeah, this is bingo.
Well, and most doctors say that's the first time they can look inside of a body without having to run a bunch of blood work.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean that alone,
I'm used to a lot of blood work. I'm used to a lot.
Yeah, me too. Oh,
Me
gosh,
too.
yeah. Well, sure. I mean, with rheumatology, every month you're having to,
I have to go every 30 days, and they're still.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, just keep doing what you're doing. We're not changing anything.
Yeah, big, whatever. But just to find out about the SNPs alone, just to see them,
which is huge.
To find out, this was so cool to see this.
Yeah.
It was fascinating. And then, to get my bottle of ingredients was really, you know.
Well, and I think for you too, Kelly, is that you were adopted.
Right.
So it was kind of like you didn't know your mother and father.
Right. So it really was fascinating to find out, you know, and to see that I got so little from either of them was really kind of neat. It was just really kind of neat. And I'm fascinated by the whole thing. And then to become a certified nutritionist and, you know, I can't wait to go talk with you, to really go talk to some wellness professionals and doctors and really help.
I'm open.
The community. Oh, me too. And I'm really, you know, I hadn't been feeling well these last couple of weeks, but I'm much better now and
Your
really
body's
ready to go.
detoxing.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's exactly it. And so I'm really ready to go.
But I'm sure you're sleeping like a rock, though.
Yes, much better. So, no, this is just really
Because that was one
cool
of my
stuff.
biggest problems. I was having a hard time getting to sleep, and since I've been on this product, I'm sleeping like a baby, which was a miracle.
It's putting things in sync.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, it's, you know, when you get your body what it needs, things just work better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the whole.
I think we can apply that to anything.
Absolutely. You know, that's really
When
that's
things
really
are right,
true.
they're right.
Yeah.
When things are wrong, we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Can't cover it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how did you first get involved with it, Michelle? And how did you first hear about it?
Dr. Aaron and Garth, they're like, Michelle, we
Dr.
have
Aaron
something
Russell.
you got to try because we know you take a lot of supplements. I'm like, they met with my husband and I, who's a doctor, and he was like, this is a no-brainer.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And I kind of like I tried a lot of things, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this because I had a lot of health problems, and I have never felt so good this last year.
Yeah, especially with
Just-
MS.
yeah.
And have you had your lesions checked?
Well, I have to tell you a funny story about my lesions. Last Tuesday, I was supposed to get an MRI. I forgot I had metal in my head.
Oh, right.
So the machine kind of
told ya.
Kind of told me when I got in it. So they had to do the fast ejection. So I have to reschedule my appointment in August.
You and I have something in common. Because I went in to have one of my MRs. And when I had my adrenal gland removed, no one let me know they left staples.
Oops.
And so I heat up. And I thought I could handle it because I'm in so much pain anyway. Well, the thing is I was swollen and heated up for over 4 days.
Oh, geez.
And there's nothing we can do about it. So I went to the ER, and the ER went, and I went, I shouldn't even be here. Okay, for some reason, I should have just probably not had the MRI. But somewhere in my medical records, there should have been a roadmap that there was some staples.
Oh, God.
That was interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good
Well,
4
now
days.
you know.
It was a good 4 days of feeling like your body's a microwave with a couple of hot spots.
Oh, my goodness.
My head just got hot, and I hit the eject button.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Mine was down
Yeah.
in, my kidney.
Wow. That's not cool.
No, so that's why I'm sort of giggling with you. I'm like, I'm with you on that one. That's an
Yeah.
interesting one. Strange feeling, wasn't it?
Yeah, totally strange feeling.
Coming from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when something's coming from the inside out, freaks you out a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
it's a different kind of pain, different kind of uncomfort.
Yeah, discomfort. Yeah. Ouch.
And I'm so lucky I don't have any pain anymore.
Good.
That
Gosh, I
has
wish I
been,
could say that.
Yeah, I know. I really hope it helps you. But
Well, that's one of the reasons why I want to look at this
Mhm.
because I've been in pain my whole adult life.
yeah,
I don't know what I would do if I ever woke up and didn't feel pain.
Yeah, I have pain. The only way I fall asleep is when the pain overwhelms me. I was going to make a T-shirt once that said, I get a cramp in my leg in the middle of the night, and it wakes me up. But I'm too tired, so I just sleep. I just go back to sleep. That's not what it was, but I was going to make it was a cute little phrase I thought of decades ago. And it's just because I get cramps every night in my legs, in my thighs. I get them on the back and the top. But I get cramps in my left eye socket, all the way down to my left toes. Because I had 5 strokes in 6 months back in 2014. I was paralyzed twice, couldn't walk or talk. And I know you didn't know that.
Been there myself, but I didn't have a stroke.
Okay, but I know you didn't know that about me. So for me, this pain comes and goes. But then I'm also a disabled vet, where I have the disabled hips, the back, the knees, the shoulder, and I have all this chronic internal pain.
Painsomnia.
So it's just, how do you fall asleep?
You don't.
You don't. You wait for everything to sort of go, let's let him sleep.
Yeah.
And then we'll wake him up.
We'll wake you up at 3 in the morning.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. People just don't understand. They have no idea what it's like to live like this.
Oh, yeah. And I used to be in so much pain. My pain level was 10.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, when you say, when you tell them, I wake up at, what's 8.5 and
that's a good day.
Yeah. Right.
I was real cocky when I was in the Navy. They'd say, "What are you?" And I said 10. Well, no. If it was
you'd
10,
be dead if you were 10.
You'd be crying and you'd be bent over.
No.
And my response was, "Do you want me to show you how to cry? I'll show you how to cry and bend over, okay?"
Right.
Because I'm telling you, it's the worst pain I ever had in my life.
Yeah, and they don't understand how.
Away.
Yeah, they don't understand how you can be at these pain levels and not complain and just get on with your life.
Yeah.
People just don't get it.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
I've seen all kinds of people get hurt in different things, work, sports, whatever, and they continue to keep going.
Yeah.
Right.
But
then
it could be endorphins at the time. It could be a variety of things at the time. But one moment or not, they're going to rest.
But
as soon as they go to rest,
just leave me.
It all comes
alone.
back.
Oh, it's like when I need to be left alone, you gotta just leave me alone. Like when I shut the door, when I go, please.
I've known you for about 2 months now.
Yeah.
So I'm with you.
Yeah.
I got you.
I used to be that way.
Yeah. Yeah. So but I'm trying to do what I can do with my euphoria, and I do what I can.
Well, I'm very interested in checking this out. I hope your listeners are interested in checking it out. How do they get a hold of you?
They can contact me at kelly@americamatters.us. That's kelly@americamatters.us, and I will give my website when we come back. We'll be back for the 4th and final segment of today's Rush Hour after these messages. Stay tuned.
Destination Midtown. Experience the difference. Reno's premier shopping extravaganza. Everything imaginable and more. Midtown matters. Get down to Midtown.
Ponderosa Meats, the anchor of Midtown since 1954. USDA choice, USDA prime cut. Ponderosa grass-fed beef. Call 775-322-4063. Ponderosa Meats, tradition, quality, and prime service.
Midtown Reno. Experience the difference. Get down to Midtown. Midtown matters.
So here's the choice. Some people say the USA is finished. It's evil, a has-been, full of hate and injustice. The U.S. Constitution should be trashed and the Bill of Rights abolished. No free speech, no gun ownership. Competition and free markets are bad. We're all too stupid. For our own good, the government must own everything and know all your secrets.
Other people say that America has created the freest, richest, happiest, most generous society that has ever existed in the world. That's why millions of people are desperate to come here and escape their brutal lives in Cuba, Venezuela, North Korea, and 100 other countries.
In America, we have the right to succeed, the right to our own living, the right to have a family, the right to believe in God, the right to have our own ideas, the right to be safe and secure, and the right to be left alone.
Where do you stand? Help us save the Constitution and restore the American dream. Go to SaveMyFreedom.com.
Brought to you by the American Media Council.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich? No. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Long ago, you wouldn't think of galloping on a horse while doing calligraphy, and you wouldn't have attempted to ride your bike while typing a letter. Yet you think you can safely operate a multi-ton vehicle while texting? Behind the wheel is no place to multitask. If you want to BRB, drive now and text later. Lives depend on it.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station. The power of radio since 1967.
Unable to listen to the whole show? A recording of today's program will be available later today. Visit americamatters.us and click on the podcast link. Now back to the show.
And welcome back to the fourth and final segment of today's Rush Hour. I am your host, Kelly Rush, and I am here with Michelle Perry Roberts and Cameron Hawkins. We are talking about Euphoria Science and Nutrition, which is DNA-based nutrition and DNA-based skincare, DNA-based
fitness plans,
DNA eating meal plans. It's a whole package, and man, is it cool stuff. And I'm brand new to it. I just joined on my birthday on May 9th, and I'm still learning all about it. And I am just so into it, and Michelle really is the expert, and it's just really fascinating. It's just really fascinating stuff. And I have a website. It's called healthrush.euphoriascience.com that you can go to for more information. healthrush.euphoriascience.com, and you can contact me at kelly@americamatters.us as well if you want more information there. But it's really just basic. I mean, it doesn't get any more basic than fixing your body at the DNA level. And it is customized nutritional supplements based on you.
Because you're different from your husband, you're different from your children, you're, different from your dog. I mean, there's just like
you're different from your parents.
Yeah, different from your parents.
Yeah, you really are. And, this stuff is amazing, and there are 400 million different combinations of ingredients available. And it's really, we're not talking just apples and oranges. I mean, it's, mine, I've got bilberry extract and, gosh sakes, I mean, stuff that is CoQ10 and vitamin E and just all kinds of really neat stuff. Dong Huai extract and
frankincense in there.
Frankincense, turmeric. Yeah, AC11. Man, AC11 is really that's telomere stuff. That telomeres are really, that's the key. Rebuilding those telomeres are
huge.
That's the key. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. TELOMERE. But those are what they are what stops the fraying of your DNA, and that's what helps slow aging and really keeps us alive. It really is, and a
lot of people have a lot of inflammation they do not know about, whether it be some foods that they eat, where this is bringing on a lot of diseases that we're finding. We find out, that's what I love. What I do is I get to help people get healthy and live longer. That's my purpose.
Yeah, well, and that's it. I mean, it's just, what do you have if you don't
It's a
have your
gift.
health?
It's a nice gift. It's a great gift to give to people.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if you don't feel good, and you know, I can tell you, you know, there's, you know, there's just not a lot of motivation.
No, it's
And
true.
So let's pump it up.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's
why we're here.
It's the
That's why we're.
fourth section of the radio show.
That is why I am really focused on this, is because I want my motivation back, because I have not had it lately, and this is, you know, I'm feeling much better, and that's my deal, is wanting to feel better, and so.
Well, and it's healing from the inside out.
Mhm.
That is the hugest part. No pharmaceutical drug can do that for you. That's one thing I've learned with my past. Being a pharmaceutical sales rep, I remember the drugs I used to sell, they didn't heal people. There was always that underlying condition that you could get. And my instance was in 2007, I got diagnosed with MS, and I was on a lot of MS drugs, and I ended up getting a virus, a brain-eating virus called the JC virus.
Exciting.
Yeah, so you're like, I got to get off that drug, and that's when I got into all the alternative health. I just put my hands and I tried everything. So from experience, but one of the things I learned was there's so many different companies out there that can help people, but I've never seen something so targeted than this.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like I said, I studied the blood testing because I'm A negative, you know, but this is very interesting. DNA, you know, DNA, this is a different game. This is a different understanding, and I don't know how anyone could have understood this in the beginning, you know, but when you've studied the anatomy, I was a nutritionist before I went in the military, and it wasn't that difficult to become a nutritionist at a junior college or a trade school, and that's basically what happened. I was working at gyms and things like this. I was in really good shape as a young man, and so also to move up, I got more certifications and different things, but even though I never went to college. And then when I'm in the military, all of a sudden, all those nutritions that I needed were no longer there. And so as I traveled to foreign countries, I was constantly seeking out things, and it was still just too limited. I couldn't bring it back to the ship, or I couldn't have it again. And so I'd be up and down on me being able to feel good and not feel good. And eventually myself, you know, I had this massive weight gain of 160 pounds in less than 1 year, simply because my adrenal gland got a tumor on it.
Oh, wow.
Right, which completely killed my hormones, and my hormones went to a negative, and medically they can't go to a negative.
No.
But they did.
Yeah.
1,800 negative.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So they thought, okay, well, let's take care of his blood pressure, because I'm 226 over 216, and like I said, my highs were 295 over 236. And they're like, well, we can't really take care of his blood pressure because we don't really know why his blood pressure is all messed up. So, long story short, I ended up having 5 strokes in 6 months. I was paralyzed twice, couldn't walk or talk. And the only thing that saved me was going back to my old studies of when I was a child, when I was a kid, a young martial artist, young boxer, is I would use bees to sting me where I hurt the most. So the endorphins in my body would come and attack that alien that's attacking that area of my body. And then the other thing would do is I would deep six myself, which means I would go down over 20 feet in cold water. So part of moving to Boulder City actually saved my life, because I got to go to a little place called, well, I guess I can tell people. It's on the Arizona side. It's called Willow Beach. And Willow Beach is the beach where the Hoover Dam comes out. So the water is at the bottom of the dam that's coming out. So you can only imagine how cold that is.
Like Tahoe cold?
No.
No.
That's warm.
Oh, wow.
Because that's still surface. Yeah, this is the bottom of a stored dam called the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, I know the Hoover Dam.
So it's quite deep. And it's the same kind of water. It's still runoff, you know, from the snows and such. But then when it comes out on the bottom, I mean, you're in your 40s. So what I do is I go down about 20 feet and I rearrange my crystals. And when I rearrange my crystals, I actually completely cramp out my whole body. And it shocks my whole body and reboots my whole system. And the military doesn't like that. The VA doesn't like that. None of the doctors I've ever met like that. But it allows me to still continue to walk when everybody wanted to give me the wheelchair.
Yep.
Okay, the only thing that's now messing me up is I became a diabetic, and that's just simply because I have nothing helping my hormones. And now I have a cut scar on my thyroid, on the same side where I lost my adrenal gland. So it's just, we have to stay healthy.
Yeah, we do.
And how are we going to get this nutrition unless someone does some kind of evaluation on us, right?
Yep.
That's true.
Well, this is a great way to do it. And Euphoria Science and Nutrition is a great
call
way.
Kelly to get signed up.
You can do that. 775-203-4950 is my direct number, or go to my website, healthrush.euphoriascience, UFORIA science.com, or kelly@americamatters.us. And
Kelly, I'm going to check it out with you. I'm going to sign up and get that swab and at least find out what my DNA is about.
Yeah, no, it's really, really great stuff. And or you can come down here to the studio too, and we'll talk to you about it here too. And it's just knowing your genetic profile alone, finding out
that intrigues me.
Getting this report is really just amazing stuff. It's amazing stuff, and I'm really excited to talk to people about it. So healthrush.euphoriascience.com, kelly@americamatters.us, and or you can go to the Rush Hour radio show website here on Facebook as well. But I would love to have you get in touch with me and talk to me about it. That would be great.
Thanks for having me on your show.
Thanks, Cameron. Thanks,
you.
Michelle Perry. And thanks, everybody. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great night, everybody. This has been Rush Hour. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See,